A man rushes through the hospital door, racked with adrenaline and fear. A nurse points him in the direction of the doctor who called him there. Through a worried face, the doctor explains the situation.
A beat.
The man stands beside the hospital bed. He extends a trembling hand over his girlfriend's shoulder as she wails into the void. On both their faces lies the overwhelming grief of the loss of their child. Is this a cruel, twisted tragedy? Or is it the beginning of the funniest meme of all time? Loss is a 2008 webcomic by writer-artist Tim Buckley. Devoid of dialogue and limited to just 4 panels, the comic depicts the story of a man, Ethan, who finds out his girlfriend has just suffered a miscarriage. The comic was met with immediate criticism upon release, with both audiences and fellow webcomic creators citing the strip as tone-deaf, offensive, and all-around poorly made, and its author, Buckley, a hack. Why such a harsh response to what seemed like a simple, misguided comic strip? Well, because these 4 panels are directly sandwiched between comics like these. 20 years worth of them. Control-Alt-Delete is a long-running comic strip series known mainly for its satirical and humorous takes on video game culture. Buckley had been uploading these comics to his website since 2002, garnering a following that grew to regularly enjoy his jabs at video game cliches and the gamer lifestyle. That is, until February 15th, 2008, when Buckley posted Big News, a comic strip in which Control-Alt-Delete's main character, Ethan, finds out his girlfriend Lila is pregnant. This ushers in a new, more serious storyline for the series, which follows the couple's pregnancy over the course of the next 5 real-world months. A storyline which culminates in Buckley's infamous comic, Loss. Much of the hate surrounding this comic lay not in the subject matter itself, but in the absurdity of such a serious topic popping up in a comic series which just a month before featured stories like this. Over the following months, this hatred spread beyond the confines of just the webcomic and gaming communities. Soon, the story of Loss had made its way into the communities of Reddit and 4chan, leading to a host of parodies and mockery, all of which lambasted the author for his tone-deaf creation. But these parodies were swiftly and viciously cracked down upon. Subreddits disappeared left and right. Posts were removed by the hundreds. It seemed that Loss, the comic, was under strict protection from these websites' moderators. So, in retaliation, Loss, the meme, was born. In order to escape banishment, Post began a transformation from simple, overt parodies of Buckley's original comic into a series of more and more abstract references to the work's 4-panel structure and rigid character composition. With each new post, the community found more and more inconspicuous ways to portray the meme, first by retaining the 4-panel format of the original, but with different, similarly posed characters. Then with real-world objects, and finally, with the most minimalistic design possible. 7 lines, 4 groupings. 1, 2, 2, L. Loss in its purest form. This metamorphosis breathed new life into the meme. As more and more people posted these patterns, more and more people had to ask for explanations. It became the internet's litmus test for who was in the know and who wasn't. This picture here, to an educated man, is the funniest shit he's ever seen. But to young Johnny over there, it's meaningless. Why? Because Johnny's not cool. Johnny's not in the know. But as time passed and more people were in on the joke, the meme started to lose its edge. It was no longer funny enough to just post 7 lines and laugh at the confusion. It was clear the meta had to change. The joke had to become even more niche, more exclusive, more hidden. To combat a world where everyone knew what these 7 lines represented, the community had to find a way to hide the lines better. Because what good would the knowledge of these lines be if you weren't savvy enough to see the lines at all? So the meme transformed once more, this time into a scavenger hunt. A challenge of who could hide loss in the most unassuming and creative ways possible. Oh, I love Jackson Pollock.
Loss.
Oh, I see they're going for the Queen's Gambit.
Loss.
Are they just doing an Ebenezer Scrooge?
Loss.
Okay, that's just a playlist. That's... Holy shit! It seemed that no matter where you looked, loss was somewhere to be found. Just as likely to be lurking in your kitchen cabinet as it was in the furthest reaches of the globe. It's this same prevalence and applicability to even the most obscure image that has kept the Lost meme thriving to this day, 15 years after its initial inception. To those who were there when the Lost comic was originally created, it remains a reminder of one author's failed attempts at legitimacy. To those who found out about the meme well into its tenure, it remains one of the funniest internet in-jokes around. Even today, we get to laugh at the confused comment sections that inevitably result from the meme finding new youth to prey upon in a generation that isn't yet privy to the world's endless ability to mock one man. So, dear viewer, with this knowledge now firmly within your grasp, I leave you with one question. Is that law?